Yo, what's up guys? It's Stricken, and today we got a ton of new information regarding the new season for Rainbow Six Siege. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining every single thing you need to know for Year 9 Season 3, which is the new season coming up in Rainbow Six Siege. So if you enjoy this kind of content, definitely make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below, as I do upload daily R6 marketplace and cosmetic related content. With that out of the way, let's get into it. So for the first part of this video, we're going to be discussing everything that was released yesterday regarding Operation Twin Shells. So all of the information and new things coming next season. And then today we got some designer notes, which is basically just some updates and changes coming to specific operators and mechanics in the game. So getting started here, we are going to look at the Operation Twin Shells information. As we scroll down here, we'll see that we have the new operator Skopos. I really like this operator concept. A lot of people dislike it because they're adding new layers to Siege with teleportation and the robotics, but I actually really like it, and I think it's a nice fresh change to Siege. So I'm definitely really curious to see how this operator plays out, and I'm really excited to try it out in the new season. The weapons you get with this is the PCX-33. It is a primary AR, as well as the P229 secondary. We've had this for a while. The two gadgets are impact grenades or proximity alarms. So if you want to roam, you can have impact grenades to kind of open up the map and help you out. Or if you want to anchor more on site, you can play the proximity alarms and have the intel for when people are entering. Moving on, we have the anti-cheat update. So we got some information regarding the anti-cheat. So there's a ton of new information regarding it and how many people were banned and stuff like that. Personally, I don't think the numbers are truly accurate with what's actually happening in game, because if you go into any kind of game mode on PC right now, it is more than likely that you will encounter a cheater. So right now, cheating is at an all-time worst on PC, which for anybody who's been following my channel, you actually know that I switched to console Rainbow Six Siege just because of the cheaters. So hopefully these anti-cheat updates actually do something, but personally, I don't believe that they will. Next up, we have a new playlist. This is called Siege Cup, which is a brand new competitive game mode being introduced to Siege. If you're familiar with Rocket League, there is a tournament system where you play through brackets and face winners, and if you beat every single team you play, then you are the winner of the tournament and you get some special rewards. Same concept here for Rainbow Six Siege. There will be a bracket system where your 5-stack will play against other 5-stacks who have entered, and the winners of each games will receive some rewards, and the person who wins the whole tournament will probably get some kind of special reward like a charm or special packs or something like that, because as you can see here, there is something new being added to the game as well called competitive pack. These packs will be available to players via ranked and Siege Cup, so I believe that console will be getting this as well, because obviously we have ranked on console, but PC will be getting the new Siege Cup beta. It's only going to be available in the United States and Europe for this season, only on PC, so hopefully they can follow through and release the full launch for Siege Cup on console and PC in season 4, but it definitely is really cool that we are getting the beta to this. I am super excited about Siege Cup. The biggest downside to it though is I truly believe that the same cheaters who run standard and ranked on PC right now are going to absolutely overfill Siege Cup, and it's just going to be ran by cheaters and not be fun. So hopefully there's some kind of countermeasure against cheaters for Siege Cup, but honestly I doubt it. We do have a new currency as well called competitive coins. This will be a way to unlock competitive packs as well as probably winning the tournament, I would assume. We also got a 1v1 custom preset game mode. So we have a short 1v1 or a long 1v1 preset. This is very nice because there's a ton of people who love to 1v1 in custom games, so that's definitely really cool. We have a new ranked skill initialization. You guys can pause it and read through it if you'd like. And then we have the arcade playlist update. So the snipers only game mode is being removed, and taking its place is the weapon roulette game mode. So that'll definitely be cool. I don't really know anybody who likes to play snipers only, so that's a decent little change. Moving on here, we have balancing. So here are all of the changes coming to operators that we have been anticipating. Dokkaebi will have no logi bombs to start the round. So essentially you have to wait 45 seconds as Dokkaebi before you can actually use your first call, and then another 45 seconds to be able to use the second call. If you don't want to use either of them when they're available, you can save both of them, and after a minute and 30 seconds you will be able to have access to both. That is the only change for Dokkaebi, and I personally don't believe that that's enough, because she is one of the most OP operators in Siege right now, and I don't think that this change is going to change that. However, it's definitely a nice start. Next we have Knock. So Knock is actually getting an amazing buff here. So as you guys know, when you play Knock and you move around, your stealth and visibility, whatever it's called, your little bar on the bottom right goes down as you walk around. With the new change, the status bar for your gadget does not move if you are standing still or walking. So as long as you're not sprinting or shooting or using some kind of gadget, your invisibility timer will not go down, and you cannot be detected by any camera during this duration. So the fact that Knock now has basically unlimited invisibility from cameras, that is definitely a really nice touch. Not to mention they also buffed the hell out of her weapon. So the FMG9 has a lot less recoil and first shot weapon kick now, so that is definitely a really nice change as well. Personally, I believe Knock will be played a lot more next season, just because a lot of people are going to be curious to see how good she is now. Next up, we've got Solus, who is receiving a second wave of nerfs. A ton of people were doubting my video when I was trying to explain that Solus is getting another nerf. Everyone was trying to tell me that they're going to buff her, but as we see here, that is not the case. She did get a nerf, and it is pretty crazy because she was already nerfed into the ground this season, so I can't imagine how bad she's going to be next season. For anybody who doesn't know, there's now a new feature called overclocking on Solus's scanner, where you have to use a special ability with a certain amount of time to be able to scan enemy gadgets. It used to be where if you used your scanner on any gadget, it would just tell you right away what that gadget is and who it belongs to, but now you have to use an additional scan just to see what gadget you're looking at, which is absolutely terrible. So Solus is getting nerfed into the ground like crazy. She will not be played at all next season. Next up, we have a small change to proximity alarms. They no longer will grant points after being triggered. So anytime the beeper goes off, you can see on the right side of your screen that you gain 10 points for an activation for the beeper. However, now that is not going to happen. The main reason behind this, Ubisoft said, is because that Sentry had a beeper and C4 combo that was apparently too overpowered. I don't understand how they view it that way, because personally, Sentry is one of the worst offenders, and there's not really a lot of great tricks for Sentry outside of the beeper C4 combo. So while you can still do it, it definitely is a little bit trickier now. This is definitely a bad change in my opinion. This is really useless, and it affects a ton of operators. So personally, I don't really like this. Next up, we have Claymores, and Claymores are receiving a pretty big buff. As you guys know, if you run into a Claymore in Rainbow Six Siege, it usually takes about 60 milliseconds or 1 full second for the Claymore to actually detonate, but now the second your foot hits that Claymore laser, it is going to explode. So if there's a Claymore on a window jump out or on a door run out, you will have to remove that Claymore before you can get the target, and that is definitely a really hard thing to do because you're gonna have to shoot it midair if you're jumping out the window. So definitely a really nice change. I actually really like this. I think it's kind of dumb how Claymores weren't already like this, because they usually are in most other games, but this is a good change, so we can't complain there. Moving on, we've got player comfort. So we have After Action Report 2.0. This is definitely a really nice system. I'm going to put a picture on screen right now of what this looks like. You'll see the whole team and then everything you gain from that game in one screen. So instead of having to click 4 different tabs to see how much elo and renown and XP you gained, it's all going to be on one screen. It's going to look super clean, and I actually really like this. Next up, we have Drone Speed Boost, which is actually a really random update that I was not expecting. Now any kind of drone in Siege, whether it's a Twitch drone, an Echo drone, Brava drone, standard drone, any kind of drone, it now has 3 speed boosts. So the drones are now getting a nitrous tank, shout out Kanye, where they can do 3 speed boosts around the map at any point during the round. They do not recharge, so you only get 3 of them. However, it's definitely a super clutch feature if your drone is being chased and you need a quick speed boost to get out of there. Next up, we have a small update for spectating for Pro League. This is not really major for most people. However, if you do think that the Pro League view was bad before, it is now getting an update, so it'll look cleaner when you're watching it. Next, we've got training and onboarding. This is versus AI 2.0. So now instead of only being able to attack the AIs, you can also defend against them. So this is definitely really cool. We have some new maps on map training, as well as the fact that we can now access the shooting range while in queue. So if you're queuing up for a ranked game, Siege Cup, whatever the case may be, you can still go in shooting range and keep your aim warm and ready for the game. So definitely an amazing feature. I don't know how we also didn't have this because the game's almost 10 years old, but I digress. Moving on here, we have the seasonal weapon skin for year 9 season 3, and let me just say, you guys, this is probably the best seasonal weapon skin that we've gotten in years. This skin is a Greek themed weapon skin and it looks absolutely amazing. We have the different shades of purple right here with the pink tree and the silver leaves, with the Greek mythology character right here, or just Greek, whatever, I don't know, but it's Greek, so it definitely looks really, really nice. This skin reminds me a lot of Crossfader, but I honestly think that this is way better than Crossfader, so I'm definitely excited to get my hands on this skin and show you guys all the good combos for it. I have a ton of ideas, so I'm really excited about this. Let me know what you guys think of this weapon skin down below. Personally, I think it's a huge W. We have some operator price changes decreased for Ram, Grim, and Osa, so that's pretty cool for people who don't have all the operators. We have some small tweaks and improvements, so some player protection. Now reverse friendly fire won't automatically deactivate if you revive a teammate that you down. So if you down someone and pick them back up, you would maintain the friendly fire, but now they have the ability to disable it for you, so that's really cool because accidental team kills happen all the time. And then right here we have some new player comfort and game health updates. You guys can pause this and read through it if you'd like. The main thing here is that Rainbow Six Siege is getting rid of the Vulkan API, so a ton of people on PC play the Vulkan version because it makes their game run a lot better. Unfortunately, that's no longer going to exist, so I'm really curious to see how the DX12 and DX11 APIs work out. Definitely comment down below if you're one of those people who use Vulkan, because that is a controversial move for sure. Moving on here, we're going to look at the designer notes that came out today, so we're going to have a little bit of repetitiveness here of some things I just discussed. However, we're going to go through this as well. So right here we have the balancing matrix and the top operator bands. As you can see, Ashe and Ace are by far here at the front, with Buck and Dokkaebi not far behind. Ashe is by far the biggest problem right now for Ubisoft, so they have done a small nerf that we'll discuss in a little bit. As we go through here, we can kind of just see which operators are dominating PC and which operators are the best. This is definitely really cool. If you're interested in this, go ahead and go to this link right here. You'll see all of what I'm looking at right now. Again, we are looking at the operator balancing, which we already discussed, so the changes to Dokkaebi, Nock, and Solus, as well as the Claymore and proximity alarm changes. We do have the weapon balancing. Like I said, the FMG9 is getting a huge buff, so you guys should definitely check out cosmetics for the FMG9 right now, because they are only going to get more expensive up until the new season comes out, so definitely make sure you check into that if you want to. Now, as I just previously mentioned, Ashe is currently really broken in Siege right now, and her win rate and pick rate is just through the roof, so they are doing a baby nerf to the R4C. It is going from 30 bullets all the way down to 25, as well as losing 30 total bullets. So you'll still have 6 magazines, but with 25 instead of 30. So that's where you lose the 30 bullets, is from the 5 per magazine. This affects Ashe, of course, and Ram. So it is kind of weird that Ram is caught in the crossfire, because I think Ram is honestly in a good place right now. We have the rank distribution for console and PC. It looks basically identical. I think it is really curious that there's more players in Champion than there are in the 4 highest tiers of Diamond. If you guys know why that is, definitely comment down below, but it is really random to me how there's more champions than there is Diamond 1 through 4. Definitely really curious, but it's like that on PC and console, so I'm not sure. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much everything that we have for this new update. The new Rainbow Six Siege season is going to be released on September 10th at 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so definitely mark your calendar for then. That's when we'll be getting all of these changes, the new operator, and even some changes to R6 Marketplace. We will be getting some new items in Marketplace. It is not confirmed if we're going to get a ton, but we will be getting the Battle Pass and event items from year 8. However, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. My channel is almost at 3,000 subscribers, and that means it's going to be giveaway time. So make sure you go enter yourself in my giveaway for 3,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Stricken. Peace.